What's up? What's up? What's happening? Let's get this thing started, man. Let's get this thing started, man. Give me one. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's good with you? It's your boy 4ThEye, and we back with another video. This is the part two because we're gonna still talk about this soul trap thing. You know what I'm talking about? So we're gonna get into this thing in a little minute. See, I messed up on this one because I had scheduled it. I scheduled it at 12 because I get off real late. So I was like, I'm gonna do this at 2. And I put 2. What's happening? What's happening? What's going on? What's going on? I put it at 2, but it was on the 13th, which is yesterday. Today is the 14th. So it was all scheduled all wrong. I was like, dang, I messed up. But we're gonna get this thing cracking and we're gonna pop this thing off. I just forgot what the hell I was about to do. Oh, I know what I was about to do. Y'all give me 1 second because I need to see. Um, I need to put this. I need to put it on my monitor. It probably skipped a little bit. I hope y'all can still hear me, but we still in this thing. Let me know if you can still hear me because I switched. So okay, I think I'm back in action. Um, okay. I started the live a little early, man. I missed y'all, man. I was supposed to make a live yesterday, but then it was my fault because I got an iMac and I didn't charge. I'm thinking something wrong with my computer whole time. It's me being stupid. I didn't charge up my mouse. I didn't charge up my keyboard, so it was dead. Then I took it as I said, you know what? Maybe I just needed to go to sleep. And I had an experience. I had an experience that was quite strange. You know what I'm saying? It was quite strange, but to say the least, to say the least. We're gonna get in here in a second. I'm just trying to work out some kinks real quick. But yeah, matter of fact, before I even get into the soul trap thing, I'm gonna tell y'all about the experience that I had because it wasn't one of the ones where I feel like I mean, I do feel like I got to figure out what it was about, like what was this situation, but it was it was a whole bunch of. I had gotten into a car accident in my out of body experience. I appreciate you, Planet. I appreciate you, Casey, for coming in. I forgot to, you know what I'm saying? I let y'all, man. But look, I in my out of body, I went and had an out of body. What's going on? Was that Ronald Spencer? What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? Welcome, welcome. So I'm gonna tell y'all an experience that I had just this yesterday morning when I woke up. Um, before I get into more of the soul trap stuff. But yeah, the experience was quite weird. So I came out my body. What's happening? Energy. What's happening? What's happening? So I came out my body, and as soon as I came to, I was laying on the ground and had I was laying on the ground, and on the side I could see that I was in a car accident, and I'm like, what the hell? So imagine this: you in the outer body, and you in the outer body, and you come out your body and your vision, like it's like I faded out and I woke up and I'm laying on the ground and I'm trying to I'm looking to the side like this, and it's a like kind of like a pile up, like a car accident. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I'm laying on the ground. Now I know what I can do in the outer body. I know my abilities, I know what I can do. But I'm laying on this ground and I'm stuck on the ground. And a little girl walks up to me and she looks at me and she said, I know him. He's a celebrity. And I'm like, hold up, I ain't no celebrity. And but I'm saying this in my head. I'm like, I ain't no damn celebrity. What's she talking about? And but she walks out, she's like, somebody need to call the ambulance and this and that. And I'm laying on the ground whole time. I'm like, why I can't move? I'm feeling like I'm faking because I'm in the outer body. I'm like, why the fuck I can't move? But I'm like, I feel like I can move, but I'm not moving. So I'm laying on the ground. They like people keep walking up to me. Oh, I know who he is. I know who he is. I'm like, how the hell y'all know who I am? I ain't no celebrity. But this is how I'm feeling in the They kept saying I was a celebrity. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck. They like, call the ambulance, call the ambulance. They call the ambulance. And when the ambulance get there, I'm sitting there and they like, we need you to unlock your phone. It's a put your fingerprint on your phone so you can unlock your phone so you can contact one of your loved ones to come so they know what's going on with you. And I'm like, okay, I'm like, first now in my mind, in the out of body experience, now I ain't got no crazy nasty shit in my phone. But in the out of body, I'm sitting there like, I don't want you motherfuckers in my phone. I got some nasty pictures in there. And I ain't got no nasty pictures in my phone right now. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I don't want y'all on my phone. I got some nasty shit in there. But I'm like, you gotta call somebody. So I put my thumb on there and it unlocks the phone. I don't even have that shit on my phone, like on my phone. My shit don't even use a thumbprint to get in the phone. So I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, what is this? So I put the thumbprint on there and they looking through my phone. They trying to find a contact, and I'm sitting over there laying down, and I'm stuck. I can't move, but I can move, but I can't move. And I'm sitting there like, I'm trying to look and see what they looking at. Like, even though I'm laying on the ground, next you know, I start seizing. I start doing this shit. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like what the hell is this? And I'm like, why the fuck am I seizing? And now I'm telling you, the whole time this is happening, I'm feeling like I'm faking. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like this is bullshit because I ain't hurt. Like, I don't feel hurt. Like, why the fuck am I seizing? And why the hell am I laying on this damn ground? And they like, oh, he's a celebrity. I'll call the ambulance. And I'm like, I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a celebrity, guy. But yeah, call somebody. Like, I need some help or something. But I'm sitting there. But I finally like relax. And when I come to, it's like a bunch of people like around, but I'm not injured. I get right. I get seen by paramedics, all that stuff. Then I end up still going to work. When I get to work, one of the ladies that work at my job, like at my actual job right now, I get to work and she's like, yeah, whoop, this and that. And I know you a celebrity and all this. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with all this celebrity shit? Like, why is y'all saying this shit? Like, I ain't no damn celebrity. I'm just me. But that was, and then after I talked to her, and I'm still thinking about that damn phone. I'm sitting there like, they were looking through my phone. They're gonna see some shit. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? After I'm talking, I fade out and I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck? And I start thinking to myself, like, I ain't got no nasty shit in my phone right now. But I'm like, I hope this wasn't no future event because if that's a future event, I don't need to be getting in no car accidents and all that stuff. And like, what kind of nasty pics did I have on there? Like, what was I scared for people to see? You know what I'm saying? What was it? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But that was a crazy experience. It wasn't nothing like real, like, but it was just crazy to me because I'm like, I'm sitting over there shaking and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I mean, I had more experiences than that because I kept going back. Then I was having some experiences where I was asking people if they was Christians and stuff, and like, where is Jesus? I'm like asking all kind of stuff. It says, can an OBE be future events? Yes, it can, and I'm hoping that was not. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. I don't want a car accident. I already had a car accident. Still got a little back problems from that shit. I don't want no more accidents, especially if I'm gonna be over there Harlem shaking and shit. Oh, doing that MC Hammer shit all on the ground. Like, I don't want that shit. Hell no. They said I've had that happen, Casey. Yep. Yeah, it happens. When you ask them where was Jesus, did they say, heck no? It's weird. Like, I done had so many experiences and I done asked questions like that. I remember one experience I had healed this dude. I came out my body, I'm walking down the street and I see this truck and the back doors was open and I'm just being stupid. I'm running up to the truck and I jump inside the back of the truck and I'm just sitting there. And next you know, I see like this like river on the side. So I jump back out of the truck. I go to the river. The water's so clear. I'm like, dang, this is dope. And it's like a cul-de-sac. You know how a cul-de-sac is if you're from the country or something? Cul-de-sac where it's like houses all around, but it's like a dead end damn near. I go up in there and I'm walking around and I see like these people. And I see these people and I just start talking to them. I'm just like some regular conversation. I'm just talking to them. Hey, what's going on? Woo, 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 woo. And a girl looks at me and she said, can you heal my dad? And I'm like, what? Like, why is she asking me, can I heal? I said, I can try. And so when I went over to the dude, he was laying on his chair, like type situation. He was just looking decrepit, like looking crazy. And when I walked up to him, I went and I said, I could try. I said, lay him on the ground. They laid him on the ground. I put my hands on his chest and his stomach. And I just started like, I don't know what the fuck I was doing, but I just started like in my head, I'm like, you were healed. Like, and when I started doing that, I started seeing his body like turn back normal. Like all that little decrepit shit that I was seeing, it just started turning normal. He rejuvenated and became like he was like healed. Now they looking at me like, oh my God, he did it. And I'm thinking in my head, oh my God, I did it. I didn't even know I could do that shit. So I'm like, he like, thank you, man. Thank you, man. Woo, woo, woo. And I started asking them questions about, I said, what is y'all belief? And they started telling me some shit I don't even like. They were saying other names. I didn't hear Jesus' name one time. They were saying some other names like we worship whoop 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 whoop. And I'm like, never heard those names before. So like, but that was a long time ago when I had that experience uh with that situation. But we're gonna get back into this soul trap thing because that has become a big topic in this, you know what I'm saying, this area of information. But because I don't know if I touched on a lot that needed to be touched on when it came to the soul trap thing. But let me get to some of y'all comments before I go on through this video. Cause I see some say I know that's right. Can an OBE be a future event? We answered that one. That's a yes. Says I've had. Let me see. Let me put y'all up on the screen. Hello. I've had that happen, Casey. Yep, I've had it happen too. You know what I'm saying? It says when you ask them where was Jesus, yeah, I already answered that. Planet Eggs. Wow, that's scary though. It's not scary. It's not scary. You know, stop telling yourself that stuff is scary. Don't even say. Don't even use it. Don't even. Nothing is scary. Just you know what I'm saying. Change the way you say certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because you say stuff scary, it's gonna be scary. It says, why is that NDEs have more of a hellish experience than OBEs? That's a good question because oh, I don't feel that's the case. I feel that now, not everybody. Some people haven't experienced certain things, but I don't feel like people are really talking about the scary stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some people just not talking about the scary shit, and it's not because I don't know if it's because I mean you know the thing is like people say, you know, we all say like we don't want to scare people. We don't want people to go in there with fear because when you tell them these hellish experiences or you tell them a negative experience, people get to the point where they be like, I don't want to hear that shit. But that's also like, how can I say, that's something that bothers me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It bothers me a little bit when people cannot accept the, they cannot hear about the negative situations because it is scary to them. Because that means that you are only going to listen to stuff that makes you feel good. And not all the time stuff that makes you feel good is good for you. You know what I'm saying? The feel I can give you feel good messages all day and be leading you astray. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to accept all information, no matter how it sounds. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Long as it's true, as long as it's. But we in a generation where everybody wants to feel good. We in a world where everybody wants to feel good. They dealing with hell on earth. You know what I'm saying? They dealing with hell and they dealing with problems and all this stuff. So they want to hear the feel good stories. But the feel good stories is not all that's out there. And I'm not, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not the type of person that's just gonna tell you the feel good messages because I've seen so many people get led astray by people giving feel good messages and not telling them about the negative sides. You know what I'm saying? That's how cults end up becoming. That's how like you have to get yourself out the mindset to where you only listen to information that makes you feel good. You have to be able to accept it all. You know what I'm saying? And not be afraid of it when you hear it. Because people become afraid when they hear you say, you know what, I had a hellish experience. They like, I don't want to have that experience, so I don't want to listen to you. But the problem is when you don't listen to a person, when they tell you, now I had this experience, and you still trying to have these experiences. When you have the experience and you experience something like that, now you're gonna be looking at the person that taught you in a different way. Like, you told me this, but what's gonna happen is when you tell them, they're gonna say that was something you created with your mind. But that's to keep you in that freak that following. You know what I'm saying? Don't be the type that has that because people develop not a messiah complex. That's the people that's like the leader. They develop this messiah complex. They develop this messiah complex, and the people have like this worship type of like gene, because it's like, if it makes me feel good, I'm gonna follow it. As long as they ain't saying nothing negative, I'm gonna follow it. But this everything is duality. It's balance in everything. You know what I'm saying? Anything can be interpreted as good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what you say? It says, I guess accepting the dark and the light is accepting reality. Yeah. You gotta understand that there's certain things out there, because you don't want to be one of them ones that's following blindly. You know what I'm saying? And you already know how I'm like, I'm I'm not a teacher, but if you learn something, that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be the messiah. I'm not trying to be the face of astral projection or out of body experiences. I just want people to learn how to get over fear and know what's out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people to go out there and be thinking everything is lollipops and raindrops, and then they go out there and get terrified. You know what I mean? But let me boom, chapstick, much shit. I had to put some little, eh, eh. But yeah, let me get to some of y'all comments again. Because when you start, but hold on. But when you get to that point where you only accepting things good, that accepting things that sounds good, what you doing is you're setting yourself up. You know how you say, how they say in the soul trap? Now you're putting yourself in a mind trap, because you can't understand anything that's outside of like, oh, I just want to go out and I want to have a good experience. Yeah, we all do. But you got to understand there's aspects about yourself that you might not understand and might be negative, and you might experience something negative, and you might have a you might have a job to do that might require you to go to some lower vibrational realms. And then when you get there and you wasn't taught that that was a thing, you know what I'm saying? Now you get there, now you terrified. Now you don't know now you don't even want to do it again, because you didn't have this bad experience, because nobody told you that it can happen. Nobody told you you can have this hellish experience. You know what I'm saying? And it's people out there that talk about it. But let me get to the comments again. You know what I'm saying? Say, I agree. It said, I read that one. Okay, let me see. How are we so lucky being a soul? Are there souls that is yet to be born? Yes. Okay, see, 100% blending the unconscious and conscious, dark and light is a major key. Carl Jug was a big believer in it. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a finneck. She laughed. Let's see. Good morning from the UK. I've made it in the line. Welcome, welcome, welcome from the UK. That's what I'm talking about. My family from the other side of the ocean, or the river, whatever they call it. But it said that's true. I was in there. Don't forget to hit that like button for your boy chat. Hey, appreciate you, Fire Lord. Yeah, don't forget, don't forget. It says, what you resist persists. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. It says at 4th Eye. Do you think the reason some of your earlier OBEs were negative was because of the low vibration environment that you grew up in? Yeah, that played a big role. Yeah, that played a big role. But it doesn't, but that's not a it doesn't it's not going to happen like that just because you're raised in a bad environment. You can be raised in a good environment and still have bad experiences. But I do believe that that played a role, a big role, because I had to get over certain things within myself. It wasn't so much the environment, it was what I took in and didn't let go, if that makes sense. It's what I took from the environment, let simmer in my being, that caused me to have certain experiences. But also, those experiences help you to learn who you are and learn your power and learn how to, because it's almost like a test. Can you make it past this level? Can you see something that's not good and still be like, okay, let me figure this out? Or you gonna run and be like, I don't know. I tried, but I couldn't. I couldn't run. It was just still happening. But don't put yourself in a mind trap, the fear mind trap. You're gonna have yourself, that's like that when you get into that you get into the state and you paralyzed with fear. Yeah, you gotta learn how to balance your emotions. You have to learn how to balance your emotions, live life in balance, understand who you are. Don't live in fear. Don't allow yourself to be in any types of trap, mind trap, soul trap, none of that. You know what I mean? Because the soul trap is not what starts it, it's the mind traps that starts the soul trap. Because if the mind cannot if your mind isn't right, oh, you coming back. You're gonna come back. You're gonna put yourself in the mind trap. You're gonna get lost when you're on the other side because your mind isn't right. And you have to watch the people you follow. I ain't gonna lie to you. You gotta watch some of the people you follow. Some of the people that you might think is I ain't talking about none of the people y'all follow. I'm just saying, I'm speaking in general. So I don't want nobody to think that I'm talking about specific people. Now, understand that I've been around for a minute. I might not have been on the scene like this, but I've been around for a minute. I've seen a lot of conscious communities. I've seen a lot of cults rise up and fall down. And that's one thing that I don't want y'all to end up being involved in, is something that becomes a cult. Like, learn information. It don't mean you don't have to love people, you don't have to like people's content, you don't have to like them, but don't get to the point where you have this cult like following mentality. Like, I have to just follow this person. They have all the information. The information is, they have it all. You know, when you get like that, you become a slave mentally to them. You can't say anything outside of what they believe. You don't want to end up like that. It said I had an OBE where I saw a dinosaur. Does that mean that they actually existed? Very curious. They existed. I've seen some dinosaurs. They didn't even act the way that I thought they would act. The little ones that they be having in Jurassic Park, they be running around biting on people. I seen some of them in the jungle when I came out my body. I floated down into this forest and I seen these little, what's they called, raptors? The little raptors? Is that what they called? But they was running around. I'm like, I started getting a little scared. But one walked up to me and just rubbed up across my leg like a cat. And I was like, what the hell? I thought it was gonna try to attack me or something. Then it got closer to me and I just started rubbing his head. It was acting like a dog mixed with a cat. It was different. It's like, what the hell? It says, I'm trying that's why I want to have an OBE so I can get over the dark and negative. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. That's understandable, you know. But you get over it here too, you know. There's so many people I've talked to in real life, and sometimes I'll be talking to them and I'll be realizing that some people are comfortable within their bubble of not knowing what's really going on, or their bubble. I don't like to say, I don't want to say, seem like I'm saying anybody is like stupid or anything like that, but they get comfortable in the illusion that they living in. You know, they don't want to hear about, hey, this is how this go, and this is how this go, and this how they like, You can tell them like all that arguing is pointless. You in a relationship with somebody and y'all just constantly arguing. It's pointless. What does it bring you? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You're gonna have arguments and all that stuff, but what does it bring you? You have to, like what you say in the OBE, on the OBE, can you, hold on, let me read that. It says in the OBE, can you heal elements of your body? I'm pretty sure you can. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you can. I've healed a headache. That was about it. But I ain't never really tried nothing else. I guess I need to go and try to heal my back a little more from that car accident. Father Lord, thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Fire Lord be throwing them gems. It says, you Casey, just keep practicing. It is inevitable. A lot of y'all got some knowledge in here. It says then these there is the opposite, and all they see is conspiracy and darkness. They just want to escape Earth. Yeah, but they don't realize they putting themselves in another box. All you doing is jumping from one box to another box instead of realizing that there is no box. It don't make it's like get the notion out of your head that there is a box. Damn, that freeze up. Can y'all still hear me? Somebody type in the comments if you can still hear me because I just seen my computer just froze up. The internet connection ain't bad. But yeah. Um okay, you can still hear me. All right, all right. Hold on, let me widen this up. Maybe I got some too many windows open or something. Cause I'm like, my internet connection ain't even bad. What's going on? I mean, it do suck, but it's not bad. No. But what's happening? Robin Hood in a building. But yeah, my biggest thing about the spiritual community is people understanding their individuality, understanding their power. And I'm so tired of this damn screen freezing up. That was pissing me off. I need to start just and it's freezing up for a long ass time. I'm gonna just keep talking if y'all can hear me. Got me over here blowing a kiss on the camera and shit. Damn. Hold on, yeah. Give me a second. Yeah, it froze again. Like, what's going on, man? They trying to stop the information? Yeah. They had me over there duck lipping. But yeah. Like, what the hell? I see myself. But now it threw me off of what I was talking about. But I don't want people to fall into a cult mentality, even though cult means culture, but it's like that cult, you know how cults is. Everybody know how cults is. We talk about cults. We've talked about cults before. If you watched any man, what the hell? Hold up. Let me exit out this other shit because this bullshit. They're trying to stop the knowledge. Yeah, they're trying to stop something because every time I start speaking, it start freezing up. But yeah, I don't want anybody to go into that occult mentality because they will put you in a state of delusion. 2026 internet still freezing. What the fuck? Ain't that some shit? This stuff's supposed to be moving around, moving so good right now. It ain't moving good at all. But like I've seen a bunch of coats, and I noticed that in these coats, they always giving the feel good messages because everybody's willing to accept when somebody's talking about something that sounds good. Like, look, when you have an out of body, all you gonna like. I don't even want to talk about say what I'm about to say because it sounds like I'm talking about other people and I'm not. But I'm really talking about some of these older coats. Now, some people maybe never experienced anything that was dark or seemed bad, or if they have, they probably always associated it with something that they created with their own mind. But they maybe just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I can't fault them for it. But if it becomes to a point where you just locked in and just stuck on certain information and you can't get out of it, even the people that talk about soul trap, it's like they have a it's like they fighting something because I see why they feel that way. It's like they upset, they're angry because they feel like they being played. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it. They like what we going through all this stuff in this world. People getting they getting done really bad. You know what I'm saying? It's some things that's happening to people. And when they hear people like me or anybody else say, you chose this life, that's like a slap in the face to them because they like, why the hell would I choose this shit? You know what I'm saying? So I understand it. I understand why they feel the way they feel. But at the same time, feeling that way is not gonna get you out of that soul trap. Feeling that way is not gonna make you more susceptible to not going to that light. because it says that you is so trap. Yeah, they be angry about the fact that, oh, if I die, then they're gonna try to trick me and manipulate me, and they're gonna and then I'm gonna end up going back into this cycle, this cycle of going back into life, and then they telling me what they say archons and all these other stuff, and yeah, it's that anger is not going to help anybody when they go to the other side. But the thing about it is, you have the people that had the near death experiences, and this is where I believe the information of Soul Trap came, because it's like I'm like, if you talk about the Soul Trap, you have to talk about, if you're gonna talk about how do you get out of the Soul Trap, if there is a Soul Trap. You know what I'm saying? And there is a soul. I mean, well, I wouldn't say there is like a soul trap, but it's you can be trapped into a cycle of reincarnation. But that's a choice. But the thing about it is, everybody thinks that when they die and they go to the other side, that their mind is going to be the same as it is here. You ain't gonna think the same once you actually go over to the other side. Your mind is going to change. You're going to tap, especially when you tap into, well, if you go to the lower, some lower places, maybe not. But if you know how to tap into yourself, your mind is going to still change. You might be in a positive place and say, I want to reincarnate. You might be told, you need to do something. But they look at that as that's a soul trap and you're being manipulated into going and doing what you need to do. But the whole time you might be going just trying to save people. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna go through something. When you go, like, people don't understand, like, we look at all these problems as like, man, I went through this, I went through a lot growing up. I went through a hell of a lot growing up. But I didn't let that define me. I didn't let that make me to a person that was angry all the time, that can't function in life and always looking at everything in a negative light. Like, nah, I always laugh and play, even through the trauma, even through the poverty, even through the gang violence, even through friends dying, and I still kept a positive mind because I understand that you got to go through something to get to something. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna always like we come into this. What you gonna learn if everything you experience is positive? You're learning nothing. You have to experience to learn. You can tell. I can give you advice all day about how to take care of a family of 10. Take care of. I can tell. I can give you information about that all day. But will you accept it when you know I don't have a family of 10? I can't even give you the right information because I've never had a family of 10. I didn't experience it. You know what I'm saying? I never experienced having 10 kids. I don't know what that what the toll is on providing for 10 kids. I'd be stressed out. My hair would be gray already. I might have been passed away. 10 of them. It says the internet has so much false light knowledge that it will put a soul in a fearful state. I try my best not to listen to those people, but I'm still scary. Yeah, it's okay though. It's okay. You gonna get there. You gonna get there. I sure did once upon a time at Casey. I believe because they really hate it here. Yeah, they do. They do. Exactly. The term soul trap in itself is off. Using that term makes it seem as if the structure of reality intends to trap you. That's not the case at all. That's a fact. That's why that stuff. That's why it's not really like I say it, but that's not what it really is. It's a choice. And a lot of people get stuck in that cycle because they stuck in a mental trap at first. They were stuck in that mind trap. Hey, Sugarfoot. I hope all is well. I need to go to sleep. All right, you take it easy. You take it easy. I appreciate you even popping up. You know what I'm saying? It says experience is our reality. Let me see. Let me pop that up. I'm sorry. Experience is our reality. Everything else is faith-based simulation. Yeah, you have to experience to learn. So there's nothing wrong with having fear. You need to know what it feels like to fear something. You need to know what it feels like to overcome that fear. You need to learn what it feels like to not have that fear. It's all steps and stages in this life. Everything is steps and stages. It says calling it a soul trap can lead to feel powerless. Maybe that's what some people want us to feel, powerless. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of felt that way as well because I'm like, why are we talking about like making it seem as if when we die that we're just gonna be in this soul trap and we're just gonna have to come back anyway. So what's the point? Why would I care if it's a soul trap if there's a soul trap? If I'm gonna come back to this mug anyway, I might as well just live my life however the hell I live my life since I'm gonna be coming back any damn way. You know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna say it's a soul trap, you need to say how you get out that soul trap. How do you how do you get out of it? Don't just give me that it's a soul trap and don't tell me how to get the hell up out that motherfucker. It says I was a member of a cult for a short period of time in 2020, oh damn, 2022. Looking back on it, is pretty interesting, and I was huge. I was a huge step to where I am. Oh, it was a huge step to where you are now. Yeah, don't them soul traps. Well, I mean, I said soul traps, but them cults. It could be easy to get into a cult because we all want to gravitate to love, the frequency of love. We all want to gravitate to it, but you got to understand a person that's a cult leader. That's what they're gonna do. All they're gonna shower you with love. You ain't gonna really understand that it's a cult until after somebody take your wife, take her to that back room. I need to talk to your wife real fast. Let me take her back here. I am the cult leader. I am the Messiah. I have the pick of the litter, and you have to accept it. No, it says, is it true that your vibration change all the time in whatever state of emotion you pass away in determines what realms you end up in? That is true, but it's not like I wouldn't say that every emotion because you got to understand. Imagine you in a situation. Imagine you a person that vibrates very high, but you end up in a situation where you got carjacked and somebody just boom, boom, boom. They pew pewed you, and you're in a state of panic, fear, anger, all this stuff. That still doesn't. That wouldn't make you. You know what I'm saying? Go to a lower vibrational state because that would be considered like a lower vibrational state. You know what I'm saying? But it's about who you are and how you know how to switch. That's why I say you got to learn how to control your emotions. Because even if you're in a situation like that, you got to know how to be like, okay, I'm gone. Because when you leave your body, you can raise your vibrations up. That's how you get out of those lower vibrational states is by knowing how to raise your vibration. Now, what people don't tell us is that if you say, for instance, I come out and I'm in this physical reality like place. And I'm just like, where am I at? And I just start walking around, walking around. The longer I stay in that place, my vibration is gonna lower. You know what I'm saying? My vibration is gonna keep going down. And then imagine if I'm in that place and I see some negative people or negative things and they start talking to me negative. Now my vibration is steadily going down. So if you're in a situation where you leave your body after pew pew or what I'm saying, death, um, you have to learn how to, okay, let me get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? If you know you can get up out of there, just fly away. Just go fly off. You ain't gotta be in a lower place. You gotta start speaking you know what I'm saying? Know who you is, know your power, know everything about yourself before you get in that situation. That's why this information is so crucial. So that so I understand that. I can relate. I was a Jehovah's Witness for many years. It's a cult, and I got out of it. Ooh wee, them Jehovah Witnesses, boy, there's some gangs there knock on your door every day. Says fear is an effective catalyst for control 100%. If I were addicted to this realm and wanted to ensure people stay here with me for more power, I'd convince people with fear to stay. Yes, yes. That was a gem right there. That was a gem right there. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And that's what I be feeling when I be seeing people make content like that. And I be like, what are you trying to do? Like, what is your real agenda? Because we still got to understand too that it's some people out there that's being that might be getting paid off to give out certain information. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There's some people in the conscious community, spiritual community, uh, 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 that then got offered some deals. Oh, I didn't even read that comment. Sorry about that. I know it's the Casey, but I still want to read it. So just in case you don't see it, okay, you know what I'm saying? Okay. I was in a World Mission Society Church of God. Their whole strategy was to keep you in fear as well. Would always be something extra to do to be saved. Yep. I didn't understand that. I remember when I got baptized. I got baptized before I started having out of bodies. I got baptized because I was dealing with I feel like I was dealing with depression because I was losing friends. Uh, you know what I'm saying? I was losing friends. So I was like, I'm next probably. So I'm like, I need to get baptized because, people tell you if you don't, you're going to hell. So my mind was, I'm going to go get baptized. I got baptized. I get baptized and they tell me you're not fully saved yet until you speak in tongues. And now at this time, I've already read the Bible. So I'm like, what do you mean I'm not truly saved if I don't speak in tongues? I don't know how to speak in tongues. So you telling me I didn't did all this for nothing? I didn't just got dipped in this cold ass water that damn near made me have an asthma attack. And you telling me I did that for nothing? I got to sit up here and speak in tongues. So you want me to fake like I'm speaking? I'm not doing that. The Bible says if it cannot be interpreted, why am I saying it? You can't understand what I'm saying. You telling me to speak in tongues when the Bible tells you to otherwise. It can't be interpreted. Why am I listening to it? Like why am I saying it? It's a, but you know what I'm saying? That's to each his own. I don't knock nobody, but to have all them denominations of churches and all of them telling you different things, and you got to do this to be saved. You got to stand on one leg and pat your head and rub your belly. You got to do this to be saved. You got to hop. You got to know how to speak in tongues or Hoshana. Like, man, come on with the bull crap. You don't teach nobody what the afterlife is because you never seen it. You never understood. You never even experienced the other side. But you telling me how to find salvation, but you haven't found salvation. I was in the church. I was seeing people talk behind each other's back. People that was really trying to find some type of community of people that loved them and showed them the way. Yeah, they talked about them behind their back. And I had learned how to sing. I taught myself how to sing. So they was like trying to force me into the church so that I can sing in the choir. But they was being real nice to me, but they was being real shady to a friend of mine behind his back. And that shit rubbed me the wrong way. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. But religion is a controlled, fear-based structure. Yes, it is. Robert Monroe spoke deeply about many people's addiction to this realm. And that's a fact. That's true. What he said is true. What Robert Monroe said about the addiction to, and they just keep going and they keep going, that's facts. Especially at the point of death. He said many people wanted to come back for many material reasons. He wanted out of this. That's a fact. Just talk to regular people. Listen to regular people. A person like this is one thing that bothers. I don't like people. I don't like when a person always talk about how good they look. Now it's cool, like you look good, but you're so caught up with this physical reality. You got to tell somebody, I'm pretty. I know I'm pretty. I can do this. I'm pretty. You're stuck on the illusion of who you think you are in this physical realm. You're using your looks to think you think your looks is gonna take you wherever you want to go, and then you die, and then now you don't know what to do. Your looks is not gonna take you wherever you want to go. Nah, that ain't gonna matter no more. That look that you pretty, you got Gucci clothes, you got what's the stuff they be wearing now? Chrome heart. They got all this stuff. Like that ain't gonna help you when you go to the other side. I was talking to somebody and they was just bringing up, yeah, I'm pretty, and acting as if that was something that was gonna move me. I don't care about looks like that. I care about what's in you. Who are you really? Because you can be the prettiest person on this earth and still have an ugly soul, still have an ugly spirit. You know what I'm saying? Still be a nasty person, still be mentally gone. I'm more of a mental person. You know what I'm saying? I go based off of the mind. I don't care about them looks. You know what I'm saying? Spy Lord, yes, I left a while ago, but my family is still stuck in it. But when truth unfolds soon, they will know. Everybody gonna know eventually, for sure. It says damn near gotta give your social security number and credit number to be safe. For real, everything. I need $50,000 for you. I need a jet so I can preach the gospel. I think that's why I have a problem now. Like I know when I first started making videos, and it was like you need to put something in your description to donate to you, and this and that. I feel like that's why I have a. I don't. That's why I don't ask for anything, because I've seen a lot of situations where people use people for money. They steal other people's content, or their information. They steal other people's information just to make money off of people that don't know, they don't have the discernment to understand if that person is lying or faking. So they be, yeah, great, show me some money, give me donations. It's like, yeah, nah. Mm-mm. So I'm like the top, like I'll be like, shoot, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. Because at the, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You feel me? Creflo out dollar wanna take your dollar. And you know what's crazy? My first conscious out of body, Creflo Dollar was preaching on the TV on TBN, and I could hear him preaching the whole time. And I always had, my uncle just loved all that stuff, so he would keep it on that channel all the time. I always felt like they was pimping pastors. That's why I always would look at like, oh, them some pimps. They just pimping the pulpit, like you know what I'm saying. But my uncle used to listen to it, and they do give some good information sometimes. So I'm not gonna knock some of these pastors. Some of them do give good information. You gotta sometimes eat the meat and leave the bones. You know what I'm saying? But it says we're all cooking tonight. This is a great convo. Yeah, y'all cooking in the comments too. I mean, y'all cooking. Y'all got some. Y'all know what y'all talking about. Y'all know what y'all talking about, and I love it. And but that the church, sometimes that's why a lot of people leave in the church, because the church has been manipulating people. It's like, why am I in this church? I can't even pay my electric bill. I can barely pay my water bill. I can barely pay my rent, but I'm giving you money every Sunday, sometimes Monday, Tuesday. I'm telling you, one time I was going to church so much, I was like, I can't take this shit no more. Every time you at church, they asking for money. I ain't got no more money for you, player. You riding around in a new Cadillac, and I ain't even got a car. You know what I'm saying? Not me right now, but back then, it's like I ain't even got a car. If I went to the pastor, say, hey, look, I can't pay my I can't pay my electric bill. Can you help me out? Oh, brother, I'm gonna pray for you. No, I didn't ask you to pray for me. I'm asked you to reach in your pockets and get me some dang money so I can pay my electric bill. I done been donating to this church for all this time. I'm pretty sure I done donated enough for an electric bill. You know what I'm saying? God damn. Preachers just taking everything from you. Now, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like it. But I feel like if people want to donate to somebody, let them donate freely. If you got the money to donate and you want to donate, you can donate. But if you ain't got it, you don't have to give it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has, we all trying to make it in this world. You know what I'm saying? Because gas prices high, food high, clothes high, everything high, the sky high. I want to be high, but I can't be high because I got a job that. Let me stop. Oh, man, I stupid. It's a. It says, what are your thoughts on the purpose of reincarnation, considering we suffer from a memory wipe every time? What are we really learning if there is a memory wipe? Do OBEs help with remembrance? I think OBEs help with remembrance. I feel like reincarnation, what's the purpose of it? I feel like sometimes I feel like it was supposed to be a choice, but then it became something that became addictive, because they became addicted to the physical reality, sex, money, drugs, love, pain. Woo woo. People say they don't love the trauma and the pain that they've been through, but they afraid to get out of it. Like, I was talking to somebody and I'm like, if you don't want to be going, if you like, say your relationship, you somebody getting abused, you say you don't like to be abused, you don't like pain, you don't like to go through all these things, but you still stand. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say some people say they don't want certain things, but their actions say different. And that's the same way when you leave. Your actions, that's your soul ain't through with it. You still want to go through it. You fell in love with toxicity. I mean, my ex, she was like, I said, I don't do toxicity. I said, that's not normal. She said, everybody argues with this and that. Yeah, everybody argues, but everybody don't supposed to be sitting here yelling and arguing at each other. That don't make no sense. I'm a very calm talking person. I don't like to yell. I don't like people yelling at me. You know what I'm saying? I talk real chill. If you in person with me, you probably be like, Chris, what you say? Because I don't talk real loud. I talk low. You know what I'm saying? I like my peace. I don't normalize toxicity. I don't normalize toxic behavior. I've been through enough of it. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? But reincarnation, I don't feel like it was about it's a learning process. And sometimes it's you just coming back and you know what I'm saying, falling into some bullshit. Let me get funny. Falling into some bad shit. It says lately I've been wondering the true origins about religion and the purpose behind it. I'm currently under the presumption religion started as we see it after the last reset of the Tartarian Empire. That's crazy because I was talking about the Tartarian Empire in my outer body today. You just made me remember that because I was talking about some, and I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about because I don't know shit about the Tartarians. I don't know shit about Tartarians. Never researched it. None of that stuff. I was in my outer body talking about, oh no, they Tartarians, and I'm like, when I woke up, I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck a Tartarian is. Now I've heard the name. Don't get me wrong. I've heard the name, but it wasn't something that I researched. But religion is built on control. You gotta think when they the word like the Bible and all the stuff is not bad. What made it bad was the manipulation of it, the manipulation of the scriptures, taking out the scriptures, putting their own spin to it, all this stuff. But if you read it, you understand it says, don't put your trust in man. If man put the Bible together and manipulated, took all these books out of the Bible so you cannot read them, what does that mean? It means they hiding information. Why would they hide it? Because that information that they took out of it was something that would probably free you. The information they kept in it would keep you in bondage. That's why they call it was Egypt. Egypt, it wasn't called Egypt. Egypt means house of bondage. So it's like that the scriptures try to keep you in bondage, but them scriptures that they took out, like the story of Jesus, the story of Yeshua. Let me stop saying Jesus because I don't even be like when people say Jesus. It's like we in 2026 and we still saying Jesus when we know for damn sure that the J didn't exist back then. But the story of Jesus, he wasn't always this person that was just bringing love and light to people. He killed people. Like hey, so just as you hit me, you will fall and you will not get up. You know what I'm saying? He was out there being a gangster. You got to think he was a child. He was in an immature state. He was just like you would be in an enlightened self, like a person that know themselves. But it's like you got to read that. You got to read that. Like a lot of people don't want to read it because they feel like anything dealing with scripture and religion will make them feel like I don't know. Some people just don't want to hear it, and that's good. You know what I mean? I say that's good, but that's your walk. If you feel like you shouldn't read it, don't read it. But there's some information in there. If you start to read it, you'll see some information in there that you'll be like, okay, it was some stuff in here they knew. I want to find that out for sure. For sure, for sure. You're gonna find it out. Yelling is crazy. Yeah. I'm do all that yelling. What is the most significant out of body you've ever had that you haven't shared? I think I shared it. But nah, I haven't. Because some of the ones was negative and people get scared and stuff. And um if I start dipping into that, and I am gonna start dipping into that, I just been taking my time with it because I gotta I gotta understand how people respond to certain things. Cause I mean, I lose followers when I talk about negative stuff. And I don't really care about losing I said followers, subscriptions. Like I lose people when I talk about negative experiences, but it's actually a good thing. Like I don't feel like it's a bad thing that I lost people when I talk about negative things because the people that really mess with you is gonna stick around. And I'm not here to be Michael Jackson of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It says, "Oh, I was gonna ask you." I was gonna ask, have you heard about the concept of America being the true Egypt? Yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard of that. I don't know about it. I don't know if it's true, but I've heard about it. They got, I mean, we got pyramids out here and all that stuff. You got to write a book. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I've been procrastinating lately though, but I have started one. I was supposed to write a book a long time ago, but I was procrastinating. You know what I'm saying? Because when I first was doing YouTube, I was like heavy into researching everything and all this stuff. But I got to a point where I was like, when I came back, I was like, I'm just gonna talk to the people. I'm not getting on here to be everybody's teacher. I'll be the ghetto guru because I don't want people to look at me and think like, oh, he think he perfect because I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. I still have low vibrational thoughts. I still might want to make a low vibrational song from time to time. I still might want to punch somebody in the face from time to time. I'm not the love and light at this moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm not all the way there yet, but I am a positive person. And when you tell people stuff like that, they be like, "Oh yeah, you need to, you got to be." That's why I feel like not a lot of people will really. I feel like not a lot of people will gravitate towards me because I'm not putting on a persona. Because it seems when I got back on YouTube and I was seeing certain things, if some people I seen, I was like, "Yeah, that's dope." Like I seen the Alchemist, I seen Genie Dot, I seen certain people, and I was like, they seem really genuine. You know what I'm saying? And what they saying sounds, I can relate to it. You know what I'm saying? It's more people too. I just named them. But there was also some that I seen and I was like, I don't know if they being authentic. You know what I'm saying? And with me, if I see something and I don't know if it's authentic, I'm not fucking with it. Straight up. Says you gotta write a book. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I will buy that book for real. Hey, I'm gonna let you know when I write it. It says, what are your thoughts on the Galactic Federation? I believe it's real. Um, I don't have too much information on the Galactic Federation because I don't I was scared of aliens. Nah, nah, that ain't what it was. I just never really tapped into that lane because it's some people that's their focus is the galactic realms, and I've been to galactic realms and all this stuff, and I have seen um, otherworldly beings, and I have seen humanoid beings that was like extraterrestrial type beings, or what we would consider that, and they was cool. But it's them grays that be fucking me up. Like it's them grays and them really the ones that I don't be knowing. Like I be kind of having some issues. I don't know if I can trust them. Cause it's some they arms be long. Like I was in one and they arms was like hella skinny and long, and they was crawling on the side of the walls and shit, like spiders and shit. But they only had the feet. I'm like, oh hell no, bitch, you look creepy as hell. I don't want to fuck with that. It said all the things you don't want to share on YouTube. You could write a book. Yeah, I'm gonna start sharing it though because I can't. I can't keep just I can't let this be I can't let my channel end up being like a religion where I only talk about things that's just gonna make you feel good. And religion don't do that. I mean they do, but they do it in a way where they like, if you don't do this, this is gonna happen. If you don't do this is gonna happen. But I just want people to know how to get out of situations, how to understand themselves. Because it don't matter if I'm intellectual, it don't matter if I'm ghetto. If the information is right, you should take it. You know what I'm saying? You should understand it, take it. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying, follow me for years. I mean, you don't have to really just, I don't know. It says, I live by the Sierra Nevada mountains and I'm going to soon start exploring my area and see what I can see. This truth journey been having me questioning everything. You should question everything. And that's one of my things that I've always told people, even when it comes to like the information that I give. You don't have to believe or take any information that I give and say that's total facts. You can try to experience it for yourself. If it resonates, it resonates. If it don't, it don't. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a cult leader. You ain't gotta believe everything I say. I feel like you should question everybody, including me. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? It says, yo, I already know who you talking about to gauge that from both them jokers and others where I tried to tap into the frequency, but that shift ain't there. Hopefully that makes sense. I did that same. Yeah. So you know who I'm talking about. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Does working out in these realms help you in the OBE? Do I need to quit sugar also? Yeah, it does help you out. Working out, eating healthy, it does help you out, but it's not gonna stop you or prevent you from having an out of body. It don't matter if you obese, fat, skinny, uh, it don't matter. You can still have an out of body, but it will help you as far as your vibration, your energetic vibration. Feel me? It'll help you move a little lighter in the astral, the out of body state, in the other realms. All that stuff help you move good. Maybe you know what I mean. Think clearer. You know, because these foods that we are eating is poison. A lot of, especially in America, the food we eating is poison. It's killing us. So it's altering your mindset, your mind state. Think about this: a bottle of water, this plastic. If you don't pour that shit in a glass, this plastic is no good. It got hormones in it. It says, "And what's good, famo? I've been here in silence, absorbing this light night. What's happening? What's happening? Oh yeah, what's going on, my boy? What's happening? What's happening?" Says when vetting people talking on this topic. That's how I was referring to vetting people talking on this topic. That's okay. Okay, I see what you're trying to say. Yeah, I did it when I first because I wasn't like I wasn't gonna start back doing YouTube because I felt like people don't allow you to be truthful. Truthful. I felt like people didn't want the truth because when I first started looking at because I didn't just start making videos when I came back. I started watching. I was looking at stuff and I'm reading the comments. I'm like this and this and I'm like that. And then I'm seeing that people are not accepting certain things from other content creators that was telling the truth about certain dimensional places or realms and negative places. It's like they didn't want to hear it. And I'm like, they don't really want the truth. So why should I start making videos about this shit? Because if I make videos, then it means that I'm gonna have to um, basically sugarcoat everything I'm saying. Sugarcoat everything I'm saying just to cater to people's emotions and feelings because they haven't stepped out of that frequency of fear. You know, I don't care. Like it don't matter if you have fear in you. You still have to understand that you need to get up out of that fear. But in a way, I kind of understand why people stay into that realm of talking about everything that's positive because they like, if I talk to you just about positive stuff, then you probably will embrace everything that's positive, and your vibrations will be high. And when you when you have your experience, you will experience something that is good instead of experiencing something that's negative. But that ain't how that work all the time. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you all day, be positive. This all love and light on the other side. This and that on the other side. But are you really gonna put in the work to really get over the things that you've dealt with as a child from till now? Are those things really gone? Because most of the time, those emotions are suppressed. They not let you didn't let them go. You suppressed them. So when you have your out of body experience, you're gonna be shown what you suppressed. So when you're in out of body, you can't hide from yourself. And I can tell you all the positive experiences all day, and you still might experience something negative. Oh shit, I didn't read it. It says my first post. It says my number one first. Okay. Yeah. It says your fourth eye. I usually be in dimensional spaces. I never get into the realms. Have you ever gone to the other realms other than realm one? Yeah, I've been a lot of places. I've been having out of body since I was 15. I'm 30. I'm about to be 39 this year. You probably have too. You probably just don't know it. You probably just don't know it. you got to ask yourself, do you even really know what realm you was in? It says, I ain't fucking with them if that frequency of truth is MIA. I feel you. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. It says, they read it. Chris, you have my subscription because you tell the truth and you also say you don't know everything. When someone thinks they know the truth and only what they say is correct for all, I'm out. Yeah. That's why I say that. I don't want y'all to be thinking I know all that. I don't know. I don't know everything. I got to a point one time I was like, I think I got this shit figured out. And I found out, no, I don't. I do not have it figured out. It says, then as soon as you come out, all that shit you've been avoiding is chasing you around that motherfucker in the physical. Shit trippy, man. For real. You be thinking you'd have let that stuff go, and then you go into the outer body like, it's love and light, and then some smack you on the back of the some creepy walk up on you. Yeah, you forgot about me, didn't you? Yeah, you suppressed me. Childhood trauma. Wait, did I read that? Yeah, I did. It says, at what point in the OBE does all that stuff present itself to you? Is it like as soon as you have one type of thing? That's something that nobody can really tell you. Nobody can really tell you that. That's something that if you turn I'm gonna say I'm reading the last comment, but when you might your first out of body might not be anything. You might just experience your room. You might just experience it. It's all up. It's just gonna go how it's gonna go. Nobody can really tell you when you're gonna be presented with your inner demons or what so to say, or your traumas and all that stuff. That's really up to I guess up to you. You know what I'm saying? It says turning 39 on May 26th. Welcome, 87, baby. Yeah, 87, baby. The 80, the 90s raised me. Yeah, I'm talking about crack babies. No, that's what you say we were growing up. 80s babies, crack baby. Oh, let me stop. Okay, I'm done. But yeah, some things you're just going to have to experience, but you're going to have to get to a place where you understand. Because it's like, let's say if it's, I've been through a lot of stuff growing up, and I have there's other people that's grown up in the same environment that I've grown up in, but they hold on to the pain and the all that stuff way more than me. I don't care for it. It was the past. It don't exist no more. You learn from it. You know what I'm saying? That the past don't mean nothing. I don't feel my stomach hurting because I ain't eat no food. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel no pain because I got an ass whooping when I was young. Like that stuff don't even it don't even matter no more. Hold on, y'all. Hold on real quick, shawty. Damn. But yeah, all that stuff don't matter no more. But let me read some of these comments. It says crack out was crazy for sure them 80s. For real. It says, have you ever been in an OBE where you see what you see in regular reality, or is it anyways altered? You talking about real time projection? Yes, I've been in a real time projection. See my mama sleeping on the couch when I stayed in Dallas, and I poked her forehead. But I don't really like doing that type of projections. But they don't happen all the time. Like you don't have a real time projection all the time. I'm trying to do something. I'm sorry. I just got a notification about something. But yeah, you don't have real time project. Like sometimes you can control it. You can have real time projections and control that stuff. But real time projection, people they be having bad intentions when they want to have real time projections. They want to go spy on people and shit. They want to go put curses. I remember I seen a video. This girl was like, "I'll leave my body and I'll come to you and put a curse on you." Like, what kind of weird shit is that? Like, what type of? That's how you know there's some low vibrational beings out there. Just because somebody is spiritual, don't mean they're not a low vibrational being. Some of these people are just low vibrational beings. Be careful who you listen to. I'm saying. I'm just saying. Everybody ain't right. You know, I'd be like, I welcome you. Come on out your body and come over here. I want to see what happens to you. Lost that damn mind. Yeah. And sometimes when you listening to certain information, man, it be sad seeing people lose their mind. I don't know if y'all ever seen it, witnessed it, or anything of that nature. Seeing people that followed people who didn't really know what they was talking about, cult type leaders, giving them information, and then they start thinking all kind of stuff, and this cult leader is trying to sexually advance on them. The cult leader is telling them things, I'm in your dreams and this and that and all this crazy shit. I'm in your dreams and this and that. Now she having dreams of being and having intercourse with this cult leader. You know what I'm saying? It's him sending energy to him, and it's like, nah. I remember somebody say, hey, it's like I had a dream about you when you was trying. I'm like, you wasn't dreaming about me. Yeah, you was seeing a familiar spirit because I ain't coming to you trying to have no intercourse with you. Hey, I said you can tell one when it says you can tell one someone not right. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. All in their eyes. Yeah, you can. Sometimes though, some people know how to play the game for real. Some people know how to deceive. Some people know how to deceive for real. You'll be clueless. Have you ever had a superhero like fight in the OBE? Because I have. They all like superhero fights, damn near. When you have a fight in the OBE, because you can levitate objects, you can throw people, you can do all kind of shit. You can manifest a sword and slice somebody. It's a hell to the nah. Trying to get the cheeks in the dreams is crazy, for real. Well, your purpose is to come out your body and go get some cheeks. That's crazy, bro. Instead of trying to learn who you are, find yourself, get some information, do all that other good stuff. It's so much amazing shit out there for you to experience, but you want to come out your body and get some cheeks. That's crazy. We must try and remember how powerful we are and stop giving our power away. For sure. Facts. 100, 100, 100. That's a fact. And that's really what I be trying to get on here. And even though we saying I'm not a teacher, that's what I be trying to get on here and teach. Like individual, like you are powerful. You don't need to follow you. Well, let me say, you get information from people, but you don't have to really like follow them like to that point where I remember I was seeing some comments on a video and they was like, yeah, they was talking about somebody else. And it was like, yeah, I don't listen to nobody else because I only listen to you. And I'm like, that's a little that's cultish. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not just listening to one person. I listen to everybody. Even if I feel like they're a little bit off, I will still want to see what's the offness about them. Because if I meet somebody else that's like them, I need to know how they is. It says sex in the OBE. Wow, disturbing. Yeah. I was in sleep paralysis for the first time in years, and I saw an entity crawling towards me to get on top of me. The fear kicked in me, and I started fighting, and my ass woke back up. Hey, you better whoop their ass. You better whoop that ass. Whoop that ass, y'all. Man, y'all getting me hyped. I want to have a superhero friendly fade without trying to be my spar. I've actually been in OBE experiences where we went into rooms and actually sparred that have that like castle type environment that I told y'all about that I went to. And there was a whole bunch of younger people. They look like teenagers, but they probably was adults. I don't know. Maybe I look like a teenager as well. We was going in certain areas and we was just sparring, doing shit that I don't even know how to do in real life. We doing martial arts and shit. And I'm like, how the hell I know how to do this? I'm blocking shit. I'm moving. Now I know how to box a little bit, but martial arts, I'm kicking high and shit. I'm grabbing motherfuckers and throwing them and like, yeah, it's you can do some shit in them experiences that you don't know how to do in real life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I wish I could. I kind of be feeling like some of the stuff that I learned that I was doing in out of bodies, I feel like I can do in real life, but I haven't found somebody to piss me off enough for me to try it out. Just say, yeah, that's dope. I've been waiting. I was in a gas station like last year. Somebody was they was talking shit like "Ah, ah, ah, ah." I was like, I found one. Yeah, he about to get that. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. But I try to be I try to be more of a positive person, and I have been a more positive person, but I still be having them thoughts. I don't trust people who act like they don't have negative thoughts. Like, you don't have negative thoughts at all? Like, lying. You're lying to me. You trying to tell me you was driving down the street and that car cut you off and you didn't have a negative thought? Let me see what the comments say. It says you think that it is actually. I said actually accumulated knowledge you learned that you know in your soul form, but forgot when you in your body. That's possible, or it could be because I was always watching martial arts movies and shit since a kid, and when I go in that state, it's like it's still in my subconscious, and I'm more able to do the moves because I seen it. I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense, but that's very possible. To laugh my ass off. But yeah, the soul trap, soul trap. I keep talking about I'm gonna talk about the soul trap, and I keep getting off, but it's still kind of going to that soul trap type thing. It says I be calling people out their names all day when I'm driving, driving, damn, driving sadly. Yeah, it happens. Question: Can we pick up entity attachments to us, and when we get back to the body, we are having bad things happening because of that? Yes, yes, you can. Yes, you can. That's why some people wake up in bad moods and don't realize why they upset. They be waking up mad and shit. Why am I mad? You got something on you. You got something on you. You didn't you went out they used to call them astral parasites, but it's like entities, demonic entities can attach to you. And that's something that I really didn't want to talk about. But that's why I say when you in an out of body state, you want to, especially if you end up in a lower place. Now, when you're in the higher places, you won't have to worry about that type stuff. Or you seeing like a parallel reality, all that stuff. You don't necessarily have to worry about that. But also, you don't have to worry about that if your energy is strong enough to protect. Like if you're full of more, if you're like more of light, they won't even bother you if you know who you are. They won't bother you. Says you got to take that soul trap part and make a short out of it, golden. So how do we protect ourselves? By knowing yourself, by knowing the power you have inside of you. That I mean, not even just inside of the power that you are. When you don't know the power that you are, you subject to anything because you don't know how to you like you know what I'm saying. You got to know what you can do. It says my cat last. It says my no cat my last. Oh, cap. You were trying to say no cap. No cap. My last OBE 2 weeks ago was not planned, and I was busting down some. I caught real quick, like, what the fuck? No, cancel this. And I jumped out this comment and OBE. Yeah, you can experience that. Man, for real, you can. It says, I remember in OBE where I was in this room and I was getting twirled around, and some lady in a witch costume said, "You want to go to hell?" And I got hella scared, and she started laughing. She was feeding off that fear. You should have whooped that. I gotta stop saying that. People gonna be like, "This motherfucker always talking about fighting and shit." But hey, hey, you better whoop that ass. When your energy isn't clear before you go, that's why it's important to handle stuff prior to the trying to. Yeah, it is. It's that's why you gotta get yourself right. You have to. Got it. No cap. Bro had an awakening mid. Look, hold up. I'm in the out of body. Oh my God. I don't need to be doing this. Do you ever repeatedly see people you don't know in your OB all the time? All the time. I didn't even say what's up. What's up, Timmy? I don't know. I say. I wish I knew how to say your full name. I feel like I can't read because I don't know how to say your name. I need to give you a nickname. I'm just call you Tammy. But yeah, all the time. It says, "Oh hell no." See, that's a witch shaking my head. Yeah, yeah, I ain't messing with no. I seen a witch. I seen a witch. It says, and these beings laugh after they scare us. That's disturbing, because they laughing because they got some of that in it. They like that's how they scare you. They know how to scare you. Tammy. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I be wanting to say certain names, and some people come out, I be like, how do I say that? Oh my God, I feel slow. I might be a little slow, that ADHD be kicking in. But yeah, nah, this is like, I feel like the soul trap theory is more fear based than the stuff I'm talking about when it comes to the hell stuff. Because at least I'm telling you, you can get up out of there. They like, nah, you just reincarnating. You just keep coming back and coming back, and ain't no way you gonna be able to go. Cause it's like y'all keep they was when they was describing the soul trap, they kept saying you're in a realm where it's chaotic, people fighting, selling drugs, prostitution, all this stuff, and I'm like, you are in the lower realms. Yeah, you're in a low, you're in the state where lost souls are at. Like if you're entering into a place where there's lost souls, then you're probably something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? It says with the soul trap stuff, do you think dark beings on the other side give that information to people to create fear? Like they want them to tell that story here in the physical to scare people? Possible, very possible. Cause I really be thinking that. Cause I'd be like, why would they be telling this and not really giving a real solution to it? It says the experience got more positive after she laughed. They also said, tell people about this. Have you ever been in an experience where someone said, tell someone about this? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. It says, I'm to the point where I don't even believe in soul traps. I know we are our ultimate authority when we leave this meat bags. Leave these meat bags. Yeah, we are. But it's like you have to really know it. You know what I'm saying? And some people say they hear it and they say it and they say it, but they don't really know it. And that's why like it was something like people was posting like they were saying, and I was like, they're gonna think I'm trying to diss somebody because I was talking about the if you believe it to be so, because that's not my that's Darius's what he says, and it's not a bad thing to say. But I was like, people gonna try to misinterpret what I said and think I'm throwing shots. But I ain't throwing shots at nobody. I'm just saying when they say that, if you believe it to be so, you have to understand if you do not believe it to be so, then what? What's the other option if you don't believe it to be so? Because many say to not go to the light. I feel that is misinformation, yeah, it is misinformation. Why do let me see, hold on, let me try to see how you was trying to say this. What do you think these beings want people what, is it, what people know about this? What do you think they want us to know about it? Know it's real. Know what's going on out there. They want like, and then some of them they might want something nefarious. They might not even. They might want you to go to that place. I don't know. But it says what the hell sounds like earth, drugs, sex, prostitution, fighting, etc. That's insane. Why do souls leave this reality and go to experience the chaos that's there, that's here? Shaking my head because they're addicted to the chaos that's here, and they're lost. They dying in a lost state. Look at people. Uh, you go to people's house and you look at the TV where they got Bad Girls Clubs on, Bad Girls Club, Tubi movies where it's like some ignorant movies on all the time. Sometimes it's funny. I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of that stuff be fun, but you gotta think if you're constantly taking in these things, what do you really like? You like that stuff. So when you pass away, like attracts like, you're gonna go to a place that you like. You're going to go to a place where there's violence, there's ignorance, because you have adapted to it. You're going. That's why I say people say they want peace, but they don't know what they really want until they actually experience that. When they go out, they're going to understand, damn, I really don't like peace. It says, God, that's sad. It is sad. And that's why I be talking about it. That's why I bring it up because I don't see enough of it. I don't see enough people talking about it. And maybe it's not that enough people is talking about it. Maybe the content is being suppressed where people ain't seeing it. Because I have heard other people talk about it, but I don't see it enough. Most of the thing I see is people saying the good things. Okay, hold on. Let me say who brought up the Galactic Federation earlier. I've been hearing about them more and more. Kind of reminds me of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Damn near they is like you better see them ships up there. I do want to kind of figure it out a little more. So it be like even when y'all be asking me a certain topics and things, it gives me like ideas to be like, maybe I should try this. You know what I'm saying? But also being busy as I've been, it's not as easy as it was before. Like before, when I wasn't really dealing with so much work and so much stuff outside of work and doing all that stuff, I would easily be able to just lay down, meditate, think of something, and have an experience. And when I wanted to, like, just go to sleep and have an experience, because really that's all I would do. Like, I would just go to sleep and then I'll have an experience because it was just natural. But it says, I always have OBE randomly during sleep paralysis. How do you, or thought consciously, have OBE? It's natural. It's natural. I don't really, but at the same time, there's have been well, I ain't gonna lie, there's been plenty of times where I've made myself have out of bodies. I be forgetting sometimes that I'm 38 years old, going on 39, and I be forgetting that I've had hella experiences. Just some of them is just in there, just they just in there. I be sometimes I don't even be remembering most of my experiences. They be just in my head, and then somebody say something, then they pop up, and I be like, oh, I do remember that. But yeah, I have them naturally. It says Cody be tapping into a lot of them higher and lower realms through his spirit box. I think it's due to his religious ideology. I don't know. I just find it religion that the ideology can put people in that realm too, and it's not just because of the ignorance. Sometimes, well, that's kind of ignorance because you followed something, and now when you die and you realize it's not what you thought it was going to be, now you confused. Now you like, where do I go? Because you don't know. You're like, where do I go now? I'm here, and now they're telling me this, and now it's telling me this. You might end up passing away, and they be telling you to, all right, get in that line right there. Now you just following somebody else's direction, telling you what to do. You letting someone tell you what to do because you like you're not in your true power. They be like, get in that line. No, I'm good. I'm gonna go ahead and go this way. Fly up and go. What they gonna do? I'm gonna fly away. Fuck it. I'm out of here. You might maybe get in a line and then you gonna make me go do something and be like, hey, yeah, yeah, we're gonna just go ahead and let you come back. We're gonna let you go back and this. Better have some discernment. So definitely believe they exist and assist us as collective. It almost just makes too much sense when you think about what it is they actually do. Yeah. I don't know necessarily what they do. Sorry about that time. I'm gonna read that, but I skipped one. Maybe we can't be physically hurt or die, but we can be tricked and influenced. Lots of the folk stories are about this. Yeah, you can be manipulated, and you can feel pain if you believe if you have that, if you think physically. If you start thinking physically, you will feel pain. Like so, and that's another thing that people don't really talk about. Because in out of bodies, normally you will not feel pain because you know you in the out of body, you know you had this power, you like boom, boom, boom. But if you're in a situation where you're in a reality that's dense, like when I tell you when I was younger, I had the experience where I got shot like 5 times, probably more. I felt every bullet go through my body. It wasn't like numb, like boop, 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 boop. No, I felt every bullet. Oh, hold up, I missed this one. Sorry, I just blown down. I'm like looking at the comments. What's the most recent OB you had? You might have to rewind this live because I told it. I told it in the beginning. I would tell it again, but I already told it. I don't want to put the same experience in the same. You know what I mean? But did I read this one? The Galactic Federation are guardians of this planet and keeping an eye out on things for our spiritual growth. They are real and consistent of different ETEs from other galaxies. For shizzle, you know what I'm talking about. Thank you, Casey. Uh, the difference when you speak about you talk about the solution, you don't ever dwell in a problem. That's why I gravitate to you so much, because that's the truth. It's not all rainbows and joy. Yeah, that's a fact, and I try to do that with everything that I talk about. Sometimes I don't know if I do it all the time, but I try to, um, because there is a solution to certain things, and sometimes I might not know the solution, but I'm a give you my opinion on what I think the solution might be. It says, I just saw a very interesting video that explained them and what they do. I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna have to look into the Galactic Federation more. Back in '08, '09, I used to really like tap into that type of energy, but that was a different time, you know what I'm saying? Back then, it wasn't that many people on YouTube making videos about out of body experiences and stuff. But you did have Astro Boo Baby on there that would talk about the different alien beings, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's really underrated. I'm gonna be like he's one of the ones. Astro Boo Baby is one of the ones that's underrated. You if you go to his channel, it might not be a lot on out of bodies. I mean, it is a lot. He got hella videos on that channel, but his content gets suppressed. I ain't gonna lie, it be getting suppressed. Says Casey, I resonate with that. No lie, I can't believe that. I can believe that. 108. Oh no, you're trying to say 100. 100. It says yes. That confusion will have you submit your power. Yeah, it will. It definitely will. Chris fam, I wonder if I know you on the other side. I really feel like we boys in a different life. We might be. A lot of y'all might be. We might be kicking in there often. I mean, because I be having out of bodies a lot of times. And I be kicking it, but a lot of times when I have out of bodies, I find myself in situations where I'm teaching, and that's weird to me sometimes. And sometimes I don't even be knowing why I'm teaching people. I be telling people how to fly, how to do this. You can do this. You can do that. You can do that. And then what was crazy is that it was one of my friends that told me, he was like, man, I had a experience. You was trying to teach me how to fly. And I was like, damn. And then another friend of mine told me, he said he was laying in the bed, he was in sleep paralysis. And I was telling him, all right, now, time to lift out your body. Come on, get on out. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. That's crazy because I don't remember saying that. But that's something I would say. Like, it was like, that was crazy. It says, yo, 4th Eye is see me in OBE. I am a giant and I'll carry. I was about to play, boy. I was about to, I was about to be like, hell nah. You sound like one of them dudes from back in the day. It said the world leaders have been in contact with the Galactic Federation for years, just keeping humanity. Yeah, I believe that too. They definitely know a lot. It said I've heard some people talking about that they went OBE and called on their guides and none came. Do you think that's because we don't really need them? We're stronger than we realize. You are stronger than you realize. And sometimes they won't come because of that fact. You need to learn how to use your power. You need to learn how to step into your power. And sometimes they just like, you got to handle this. You are teaching now too. Thank you. I appreciate that. Said your 4th Eye. He gonna say it. Wow, Chris, that's amazing. I wish I could do that. Teach us, Chris. I am willing to learn OBE here. I could. I wish I could do it like. I wish I could make myself do that for real. Like consciously go to somebody and be like, "Hey, come on," like and help them. But they was saying that, and I'm like, I don't remember doing that, but it like actually helped them have an out of body experience. That was trippy. Have you seen the Skinny Bob video before? I don't think so. I don't know. It's a lot of videos I haven't really seen. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I have seen when it comes to out of body and stuff. Because that's my stuff. I love out of. I like. I've been having out of body so long. This is just a subject that I really know. And sometimes I act like I don't know shit. I'm gonna just be real with y'all. Sometimes I act like I don't know a damn thing. Uh, and I kind of do it on purpose. It says teach us how you do it. How I do like I don't know how you talking about like people saying they see me and they out of body teach I mean they dream or they sleep paralysis teaching them how to do it or you talking about teach you how to have an out of body. The recording of the gray alien walking with some military personnel. Oh no, I haven't seen that. No, I haven't seen that. But I believe I understand like no, aliens is real. Like extraterrestrials. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'm trying my best. But I think I'm gonna make a video and I'm gonna make it more detailed as to the out of body state but I'm gonna have to throw it in there because I was gonna make that video, but I was gonna put it on that little members thing. But because, like I was telling y'all, y'all don't have to join the members. I started it up, but I don't be knowing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't be knowing what the hell I'm doing. I don't know. I'm learning this internet stuff as I go. So some people have joined and I be feeling kind of bad a little bit because I don't even know how to put the videos on there. I'm like, how do I put a damn video on this motherfucker? Because I be working so much that I come home and I be like trying to figure this shit out and doing this and that. And I'm like, how the fuck do I do that? And I'm like, I got some people on there that joined the membership and I ain't even put a damn video on there. So I'll be like, hey, look, don't join. Or if you join, you can not, you can not be in, if you don't want to pay for the membership, that's perfectly fine until I put some videos on there. But if you want to join and I don't have it on there, hey, that's much love to you because I'm still figuring this shit out. What's up, MK Visions? What's happening? What it do? What it do? But I do want to make a more in-depth video of how to have an out of body experience, and I will. I will. Let me not say. Let me not. Let me not say that. I will. Everybody say what's up to MK Visions in the building. 111. Hey, you know what? I love when I see them ones because 11, 11, well, not even just 11, 11. The number 11 has been my favorite number since I was a child. What's up, prop? The number 11 has been my number since I was a child. When I play basketball, that's my number. And when I would have a number that was different than 11, I would have a bad game. I don't know why. But let me see. I think I'm having OVEs unconsciously. Oh yeah. It happens to a lot of people. It happens to a lot of people. Says, brother, we joined already just for the support. Take your time with everything. It's all right. Man, I appreciate you. You did join the membership. I appreciate you. Um, and I'm sorry I ain't posted no video yet. I just don't be knowing what I'm doing. I'm slow. Prop said that happens. Prop know what he thought. Prop know. Hey, it says I'm rooting for you, Casey. 11-11. You got it. Yeah, it's gonna happen for you. Yo, facts. There's times where I be screaming for their help, and my God ain't listening at all. Like, nope, Joker, you know what to do. Yeah, that happens. I mean, like I told y'all, I heard a voice audibly tell me when I was trying to have a out about not have a, when I was getting attacked or I was in a situation, I'm like, higher self come forth. Body kept vibrating. Higher self come forth. Body vibrate. Then after a while, it said, you got to handle this. You better handle this. Like, and I said, oh, and I handled it. Let me read. Let me read. Let me read. What's up? What's up, Sharon? What it do? You made it. Says I joined because I love you and I'm learning from you. I have a question. Is it harder for older people to have OBEs? I wouldn't say it's harder. It's person to person. You know what I'm saying? But it can be because you're older. When you're older, you still gotta go through a lot of social the programming that you've been having since a child. Because you think about it, like back in the day, like older people, like people like around like my mama's age, when they was young, if they had anything that was spiritual, they would just be like, mm-mm. Their parents would be like, nope, you ain't you just being bad. That's why you seeing these things. You know what I'm saying? So you've been programmed not to believe in dreams and all this stuff. You've been programmed your whole life. So you got to get rid of all that programming. So sometimes it can be harder for somebody that's older, but you still can do it. All you gotta do is learn how to let go. Let go of all the stuff you've been going through. It says, no way. I had also the number 11 on my basketball jersey, and my birthday is on the 11th number. That's what's up. That's my favorite number right there. I always felt like that was a lucky number for me because as soon as I would, like, when I was playing back, because I played since elementary, since I was a kid, had that 11 on, I'm going off on everybody. But when they gave me a different jersey, it was like I was terrible. No, I wasn't terrible, but I just didn't feel right. My spirit didn't feel right. My soul wasn't with it. It says David Wilcock is a scientist that speaks on the ETs frozen in the Arctic ice walls, and they're extremely large, and that's why there is a Arctic treaty signed by countries to stay out. It's a lot of stuff going on with that type stuff. I have seen a lot of stuff. Y'all seen the story of was it William Byrd that went to the over the ice wall? I heard of that story a long time ago, and that was the most fascinating story to me because of what he said he seen, and the people was calling him crazy and all this stuff. I'm like, nah, he ain't crazy. He seen some shit. Says I'm gonna try it though. A dream state again. Try to bring clarity and awareness by looking at my hands. Yeah, try it. It's gonna work out for you one of these days. The more you do it, the more it's going to become fluid. You know what I mean? You feel me? And my God, it's not and my God. So I say over here, sorry. Talk to text. Oh yeah, talk to text. I always be messing up the stuff. You good, my boy? You good, my boy? The closing comments. Oh yeah, it's coming. I can't wait. Oh shit. Oh, I didn't even know it was this many comments in here. I've been going slow. Let me see. Love, love. Thank you, thank you. It says, what did someone say we that resonate with you and that you remember to this day? Like, what do you like? I'm gonna tell you, like, it's so many things that's been said to me in out of bodies. It'll be hard for me to just travel through these minds, the things, and be like, what was the most? Like, what did someone say that resonates with me? A lot of things. Yes, bro, I made it. Yes. Wait, hold up. Is it a different one? Yes, bro. Manifest. Why that name? Oh, wait, that name seems familiar. Okay, bro. His story about his name. Yeah, that was, yeah, exactly. I appreciate you, prop. Man, that brought that memory back. Yeah, that was one of the ones. Yeah. It says, thank you, Fire Loves. Maybe we'll meet each other in an OBE and kick ass. Like, y'all go around and just be whooping those. I've done that before with some other people that I think was projectors. I don't know if I told that story. Did I tell that? Did I tell y'all that story about when I met that woman that told me she was the great mother? It says, yeah, same. My fave number. It says, see, that's 11 reasons why y'all should hit that like button for my boy if you haven't already. Chat, let go. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I be forgetting to say that type stuff. It says, "Yeah, Casey, I've been looking for that." That's what's up. I like when y'all be giving this information. Most definitely, Casey, living demon slayer. Yeah. Y'all gonna be in that thing whooping ass. But did I tell y'all about that? I think I told y'all. It might have been in one of my videos. I don't know if I told it on the live, but in that experience, it was like a bunch of different people. I don't know who they were, but I could tell, at least to me, I'm gonna just say to me that they were projectors, people who I always say, if you hear me say projectors, I'm talking about people who had out of body. That's always been a term that I used to use of people having out of bodies, projectors, because when I would go into certain places, that's what they would call us. They would say, all those projectors. Are you one of those projectors? That's what they used to say. It says, let me read some comments before I get in. Chris, you don't have to charge for membership, but you can say things that you can't on YouTube or things YouTube might censor. I think that's because it's not public. Oh, so I can be a little bit more ghetto guru in there, huh? Oh yeah. Oh, you told me something. I said, what's the story? The fourth eye. That's where I got my name in the out of body experience when I was in. I'll say this experience because it's short, and but yeah, yeah. Someone having an OB. Sorry, I'm reading another comment too. But yeah, that was an experience I had where I came out my body and I entered into this room and I was with a bunch of different people and we was just sitting in there and I knew I was in the out of body and I was kind of like at all like because I'm like I'm in the out of body and I'm sitting here watching TV like a regular physical reality. And I asked the guy like, man, I told the guy like I'm in the out of body. He was like, yeah, and I was like, how did I get here? And he said, you got here through the fourth eye. And that's how I ended up getting my name. He said he said the fourth eye is how you walk in the spirit. And that's how I ended up when I came back. I was like, that's pretty dope. Tried to look it up. I wasn't finding any information on the fourth eye. And after a while I started seeing. But now if you go look up the fourth eye, you're gonna see a lot of information. Some of it is right, some of it's wrong. Projector is someone having an OBE basically. Yes. Yes. in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's just my, because I was making a name for myself, you know what I'm saying? It says fourth eye, that pineal gland, baby. The fourth eye is naturally when what I was described as the fourth eye was the crown chakra, but it's still dealing with the pineal gland. The you know, because third eye is intuition, you know, all that stuff. The crown is how you walk in the spirit. Let me see. But yeah, that's how I got my name, fourth eye, you know. That be tripping me out though sometimes because I look up fourth eye now and I see it everywhere. I be like, damn, like how did it come? How did it become something like you? That's why if you have a thought, it's somebody else having the same damn thought, or not even say thought because that wasn't just a thought. But sometimes people just be like, hey, I like that. Let me take it. But yeah, what was I on? What was I on? Hold up. What time I been on? Oh damn, it's 147. I mean 100. All right. Let me get to back to the soul trap. Now. What do y'all think about the soul trap? The soul trap theory. I be feeling like people be upset, like they be really upset about the thought of leaving and reincarnation, reincarnating. And I get it. But when somebody had wrote a comment earlier and they was talking about how Robert Monroe talked about it, and that is true. If you look up that video, I don't know what name it is. It's old, but he's showing a picture and he's talking about how people rise and they go and then they keep coming back and they keep doing this and they keep because they get addicted to physical reality. Yeah, the soul trap is kidding in and out. You're only trapped if what? You believe it to be so. But it's not even just if you believe it to be so, if you accept it. You know what I'm saying? If you accept it. So, and I feel like that saying is like a good ass saying though. But at the same time, you really gotta believe it to be like you really gotta know if you're not going to get hurt, harmed, or all that stuff unless you believe it to be so. You have to really not believe it to be so. But that soul trap shit, I feel like it's just scaring people. Don't go to the light or you gonna get reincarnated. And then you got a lot of people not going into the light and staying in that lower ass astral plane, the lower spiritual realm. It's like, do you realize that you are in a low place? You seeing people getting beat up, you seeing all this shit, and you telling people not to go to the light. I think I would rather go to the light. I don't want to be in here getting my ass whooped and fighting and dealing with people still doing the same shit that you did on the physical plane. Like that's dumb as hell. Why would I not go to the light? You go to the light, you're gonna be reincarnated. I guess I need to be because shit. Hold on, let me not. I said I think it's just a fear-based belief. Yeah. It says I think it's scaring people for no good reason. I be feeling like it's a setup. I be feeling like it's a setup in a way. Soul trap isn't real. It's a fear-based structure made up by new age propaganda. Yes, sir. Yes, Lord. It says fourth eye. Didn't you go through to the light? Yeah, I didn't get stuck though. If I got stuck, I wouldn't be talking to you. That the reason I was in a situation where I let my fear kick in too hard. You know what I'm saying? That was a situation where my fear kicked in. If I would have stayed calm and actually experienced what I needed to experience, I probably would have learned something. It says I got a feeling that soul trap belief stems from the reincarnation belief as well. It's like they connected subconsciously. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Some say because people report being made to come back is proof of the soul trap, but I think they're sent back in the yeast because there's more for them to do or they're not ready to pass over. Yep, that's a fact. And that's the thing I don't understand. It's like you're listening to people that had an NDE. You was on your way, you died, and you was brought back to life. Of course you're gonna come back. Let me see. It says Indians say the light draws you in. It's impossible to ignore. It does, but it don't. I guess if you know, like, cause when I was helping that girl go through that light, it wasn't like when I got to that light, the light just said, whoa. No, I just walked in it like a normal ass portal. Like I just like, Need to go into the light. You know what? I'll walk in it with you. She was like, okay. And we just walked through the light like it was normal. I don't know. Maybe I'm just different. It says 4,000. How long do you think it will take before you got uh antsy from not having an out of body experience? A few weeks, months, years? You talking about if I don't experience an experience like an out of body? I don't know. I don't know. I have them so much. I don't really know. I haven't for since I was 15. I never really stressed about having an out of body experience because I know it's gonna happen. That's probably why they happen like they do because I just know they're gonna happen. It says one guy in the NDE was seeing people get raped. Oh, I know what you mean. Many demons getting his body parts pulled apart and thrown back together over and over. And it never stopped. It just repeated. Yeah, that might be for the members. I might have to go into that on the members. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm just saying, you see some stuff that'd be crazy. Sorry. Some Indians say they didn't see a tunnel of light or light. They just began their experience. Yeah, it happens like that too. And that's the thing. Like when they talk about the soul trap thing, they think everybody pass away and they go through the same thing. It's not like that. You might not even go to the lower places. You might not even go through the light. You might just go to another dimension and start kicking it. You might just fly around the astro and have fun and do whatever, you know what I'm saying? Go to some higher planes, get you a little house and start fishing. Like they don't be knowing what they talking about. A lot of times they haven't even had an experience. Do you all believe that we are all source made up into particles as souls to experience human life? Then when we die, we go back as one big being. Is that true? I hear this too. Now you don't go back as one big being, but I think you can have that choice to do so. Because a lot of people talk about source and God and this and that. Think about this. We are all aspects of God. Just it's like we just spread out. It's the same thing as if a woman has a child. She has 5 kids. All of those kids have that woman's DNA. All those kids have. We all got our mother's DNA and our father's DNA. And when we out here, we still a part of them. There's attributes that we have that we got from our mother, we got from our father. We are part of them. You know what I'm saying? It's just the same. It's the same. We are part of the source the same way. Like it says, I believe we are all one. We are all one, but we have our individuality. We still have our individuality, even though we are all one. That's why we can connect to each other the way we do. If you're around somebody so much, you'll start knowing what they're saying without them moving their mouth. You can look at them and you know what they're thinking. You know how it is when you had that best friend or something, or your cousin, somebody you really close with. Y'all can be walking in the store and y'all see something and you just look at them and you know what they said. You know what they thinking. You know what they thinking. You just start busting out laughing too. Everybody looking at y'all like, why y'all laughing? We know what we see. We know. I know what they saying right now. Got it. Even at work, sometimes I look at some people that I'm working with, and I know what they think. Like I know when they're in a bad mood. I know when they're thinking something negative. I'll be like, I'm just leave them alone today. They ain't in a good mood. Is it truly a point of no return in the OBE? Like you can choose to stay, and the body will just die. It might be possible. I've never known anybody to do it, so I can't really say that it can happen, but it feels like it can though. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I ain't gonna lie, I've tried. I mean, I've been in the outer body and be like, I'm here and still woke up and like, damn. Chris, the DNA thing is how I see it too. That's what's up. That's what's up. Thanks for explaining that, Chris. No problem. No problem. Whatever I can explain best way I can, I'm gonna try it. It says I found myself in the void one night and I watched the world come into being and sprang up around me, whole and complete with backstories. It was amazing. That's dope as hell. That's dope as hell. Like you can't look at your friend in church because you know you're gonna. Yeah, you see that person up there singing all bad and shit. Never would have made it. Never could have made it. You be like, you'll feel like. Is that serious? I ain't gonna lie. I was that kid. I was that kid that was gonna bust out laughing. I couldn't hold my laughs in for nothing. Have you heard about the law of one, aka the raw material? Yeah, I heard of that. I've heard of that. Honestly, I don't want to go back to the source. I like being me. uh, you never know. You might want to. That's peace. It might not be what you think, and you might, you know what I'm saying? You still gonna have your individuality. So that would have been a beautiful sight. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds dope. That experience that what's the name had? Let me see. I want to experience the void, no cap, no light, no disturbance, and the force, just pure bliss and relaxation. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say that the void is peaceful, and it is. But I ain't gonna sit up here and lie to y'all and act like I didn't go to the void and get terrified. I'm just be like I didn't got when I first went to the void, I was terrified. I'm in all darkness. I can't see nothing, but I'm floating. I'm floating in just pitch black darkness. I was in that mug like, oh my God, what is this? Feeling energies passing by me and stuff. And I'm like, where am I at? Because you got to think I came from being in a Christian background. I'm thinking, did I go to hell? Where am I? I'm not hearing no screaming and shit, but I'm just in the void. But now, if I'm in the void, I just be chilling. I just be because I know I can move really fast. I know I can just do like this with a thought and move and get up out of there. The void is peaceful. It says, wow, that's amazing. Sounds beautiful. Yeah, that experience sounds dope. Says DB fans probably agree, but I assume the void is like the hyperbolic time. Oh, I know what you're talking. Okay, yeah, yeah. No, it's not. It's not bad no more. It used to. I mean, I said bad. It's not scary to me no more, but it used to be. I was like, hell no. Yeah, yeah, it was. I looked around at the people and was quietly amazed. Quietly amazed. You guys weren't here 2 seconds ago, but they had their stories and memories. Wonderful. Yeah. It says that's why gurus and other work on getting rid of desire because they bear fruit. Desire is the seed and manifestation is the fruit. Seeds must bear fruit. If retained in this life or the next. That's facts. That was good. That was a nugget of information. Very good. I've been in that orange room with two other me's, three total, all me. Have you experienced anything like that? I've been in a place where it was about 6 or 7 of me. One of them was a woman too, and I was like, oh my god, why am I a woman in another life? I ain't gonna lie, I saw weird things in regular reality. I was walking late night, just walking. I looked up and saw two gigantic transparent birds flying above me. Yeah, you see some stuff like that. I was in one place, it was negative. This was when I was younger, and it didn't even look like a negative place. It was like sunny outside. I was walking and I seen a park bench and I just sat down and I started looking at the sky. I started seeing these pink birds that look kind of like flamingos and they was flying and flying and flying and I'm like, that's pretty dope. That's nice. Then it was like a bunch of them. Next you know, I started seeing these like I probably shouldn't talk about this on here, but start seeing these demonic figures just running down the street. Just weird as shit. I was young as hell then, and I woke up so goddamn fast. I said, "Hell no!" As well, the dark was before the light, right? Yeah, the darkness is every light is in there. It's like it's not really. I mean, it's not scary. It's not scary. It says, "What? Dang, I'm gonna trip out if I see a woman." A woman. Yeah, I didn't want to like. I'm like, oh look now, I was a woman. Let me. Oh my god. I seen so many different like that experience. I can talk about it, but at the same time, I feel like if I talk about it, I'm not gonna be giving off the fullness of the experience because we was kicking it for a minute and I was looking dead in their face and I'm seeing that they look like me. It was only certain things that was different. One had a low haircut fade, the other one had braids, the other one had an afro, the girl had long hair, and she looked like me. Like, and I'm like, but she looked better, you know what I'm saying? She looked like a woman, you know, but I'm like, but I could see that she looked like me. And I was like, this is crazy as hell. I see myself with boobies. No. Wow, the murderer sounds like, yeah. I saw myself as a guy a few times. It's very strange. Yeah. LOL, a female you. Woo wee. That would be crazy. Imagine if I had a twin. Wow, we'd be cutting up. This universe really is mysterious. Yeah, it is. Very mysterious. Very much so. Mysterioso. Mysterioso. Hold on, y'all. I gotta see what time it is. I've been on here for a minute. I'm still kind of up, but I'll be having work. If y'all have, it's like it's almost that time for me to get on up out of here and get me some rest, and then me go to the multiverse. But I'm gonna stick around a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all have questions, just throw them at me. Whatever you want to ask. If I have an answer for it, I'll answer it. If I don't, I'll be like, I don't know shit. Now, says sometimes I think the people who feel they are in the wrong body are remembering past lives as the other said. Yeah, that's why I had that. That's why I felt that way. Um, that's why when I, talk about like, I think it was the last live I did. We was talking about people feeling like they was born that way and stuff. That's why I had that theory because I was like, I seen myself in a different life as a woman. And I'm like, oh deep. I'm glad it wasn't no freaky experience because whoever was trying to be freaky with me was about to get beat up. They were about to get put to paws, a feet to face, fist to face, feet to face. They about to get that ass whoop. You ain't about to tap nothing over here. All right, Casey, you have a good night. I'm gonna get up out of here too here in a minute. It says, wow, energy, see, you might be on to something that's crazy. It makes sense. Yeah, for a shizzle. I'm an officer, got some calls. Peace, soul family. Peace to you too. You be safe out there. My sister's an officer too. Mrs. Officer, Mrs. Officer, do you please get you? No. Says until next time, as he sleep well. Let me put that on there so just in case she ain't see it. You know what I'm saying? Gotta show love to the fam bam. It says, nah, I got in another weird experience during when I was awake. I was out my house at night. It was snowing, and all of a sudden, loud demonic whispers went right back in the house. Quick as yeah, yeah. Everybody saying bye to Casey, bye to Casey. Hey, it says, what can we do to raise our vibration/frequency before trying to have OBEs? Laugh, enjoy life, play, uh, um, um, tap into your childlike energy. You know what I'm saying? Tap into your inner child. Learn how to navigate your thoughts. Learn how to navigate your emotions. Understand when people is bringing negativity to you, they are trying to plant a seed in you. If you let it grow, you can no longer say that that person made me upset. If that person did something to make you upset, I mean, that if that person did something and said something crazy to you, that was a seed planted. If you let it grow in your mind and you just let it just control your mind, you are the person that let it grow. You have to take accountability for that and you have to let it go. Don't let it, if you let it grow, take that shit up out the root, take it from the roots and let it go. If you have to visualize it, taking out a tree or something and throwing it away, the problem, do that because you have to understand your emotions and how to control them. So many people live their life not knowing how to control their emotions. You know what I'm saying? You got to raise your vibrations up, laugh, play. You ain't got to be serious all the time. So many people think because you an adult, you got to be like this. I got to be on YouTube talking to y'all like, see when the outer bodies happen. That's too dull for me. I ain't that type of one. I ain't about to be sitting over here all dull and nah. I'll be making myself bored if I do that. Says the channel, my dark explanation says that he can take energy from other entities rather than being a victim. Can or have you actually can do that. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest with you, but you can do that. I drank the energy out of a couple entities, and I did it on accident. I wasn't even trying. Appreciate that, Fire Lord. You been in here, you know what I'm saying, bringing that info. A lot of y'all been in here bringing that info. I appreciate it. It says I would never try to do that. Hold on, let me make sure I know what that is. It says oh yeah, yeah, but it's not. You gotta understand that like these certain beings is taking energy from people, so the energy that's within them is not necessarily dark energy. I was outside one night and heard a really loud a metal sound in the sky. You know what? I had an experience like that as well. That's crazy. I don't even know what the metal sound was, but I had an experience similar to that. That's crazy. A long time ago, it was like oh, king king. I was like, what the fuck was that? But it came from the sky. It says good night, everyone heading to sleep as well. God bless. Uh, W Live as always. Fire Lord, deuces. I appreciate you for coming through at all times, man. Y'all be coming through late, man. I appreciate it for sure. Let me laugh. It says, I've seen myself in an OBE as an Ethiopian with very long hair, in another with a very huge afro, and in another as an overweight person. Yeah, I think I've seen myself as an Ethiopian as well. And I've seen myself also as a Jamaican. I was in a whole experience talking. That's why I be talking. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, but I was a whole Jamaican. Now I remember it felt weird talking like that because I'm like, that's not how I really talk. But I just could not. I was like, I could not talk like that. It was crazy. It says that was God tapping the firmament, saying, "What's up, folks?" For a show, for a show. They was like, "Hey, you know what's going on? Come on up here." Ting 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 ting. But yeah, I'm gonna get up off of here, y'all. I hope y'all have a good night, good morning, good evening, good day, and a good life. Y'all stay positive, stay blessed. Let me read this. It's probably gonna keep me on if y'all keep asking questions. It says, when you used to throw hands a lot in OBEs, did you ever try to call for backup or always solo squares up? I used to try to call for backup all the time. They just wasn't coming. How yourself come forth? Guides, where are you? Do it yourself. Okay. Yeah, so Night Fire Lord. Play that song before we go. Which one? The Manifest? Oh yeah, I was gonna play that anyway. I'm tripping. But I am about to get on up out of here. I hope y'all had a good day. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself on this live. You know, it's real late for me. You know what I'm saying? So, hold up, what you said? Message. All right, y'all. Y'all be wait, damn. Hold up. What just happened? Damn, y'all all must have wrote y'all comments like at the exact same time. Never play that song before we go. Thanks, Chris. I think so. Says stay blessed and well as well. Appreciate you and everyone here. Love and blessings. Thanks, Chris. Have a great night. Yes, y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay blessed. Let me get this let me get my outro in a bit in anything. DJ 4ThEyeLive. No. Oh, did it play? Oh shit, I'm tripping.
Diamonds on the wrist, watch fly. No limits. Okay. Riding in the foreign Lamborghini with the doors up.
Sorry, I had to switch it so I can go back to the beginning. Now we gonna end this thing the right way. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. If you know how to do it, hype the video when it drops. When it process.
top business. Diamonds on the wrist,
I
watch
appreciate all
flawless,
y'all.
no blemish. Riding in the
Blessings
foreign
to be in y'all's
Lamborghini with the
presence,
doors up.
even though we
Only
don't
ride
like.
4G out the wheels when I pull up. Big dreamer, vision is Aquafina. Clear sight, speak wisdom, the water before I drink it. Call the ancestors to bless me as I receive it. It's a reason that I struggle to learn to fight off my demons. Learned a lot of lessons from holding on to my past. If you never look forward, you always finish and last. Always been a thinker, but never focused in class. I'm a godson, heavenly blessings is what I have. I done seen a lot of shit, took a lot of L's, fumbled on my blessings just to figure out who real. Waiting on my downfall, I'm praying for you still. Cause real talk, that karma shit is real. I'm just trying to live right, motivated by the things I manifest in life. I done been through so much shit, they like this can't be right. But a dream is not a dream. If you seen just what I've seen, then you know just what I mean. Just trying to live right, motivated by the things I manifest in life. I done been through so much shit, they like this can't be right.